So, we are continuing with the amazing Sefer Meor Einayim. And we have this week Parshat Mishpatim. And so Parshat Mishpatim, I actually want to share with you a teaching that he actually shared last week. In Chernobyl, he was teaching this in Parshat Yisrael, but I'm not sure exactly why. Because really it's actually connected to Parshat Mishpatim. Because Parshat Mishpatim is actually the connection, is the extension of the accepting of the Torah. Because the Naseh v'Nishma, which was really the introduction to accepting the Torah, actually is in this expression, meaning it was out of order, meaning that the Torah writes the story out of order, that in Parshat Yisrael we actually got the Torah, and only in Parshat Mishpatim it tells us the story of how we got the Torah, that Hashem came to us and He asked us that, would you like the Torah? And we said these famous words, Naseh v'Nishma, that we will do and we will listen. And it's because of these famous words that we became Jewish. That like our connection to Torah really was through these two words. In these two words lies the essence of Kabbalat Torah. And so Ibn Nachman Shnabel, so he really, in these words, he sees the essence of how to deal with when things aren't going so well. Okay, why people have downtime, why people feel like everything's backwards, why we have to, sometimes we feel these times that we're just not connected. And he sees in these words of Naseh v'Nishma that, because it really makes a lot of sense, because like when everything's sweet, so you don't need it to be like, do you accept the Torah? They're like, when everything's sweet, so of course, like it doesn't matter if I accept the Torah, everything's sweet. But that to really have a commitment, to Torah requires that even when you're not in the mood, right? That even when things are a little bit down, even when things are a little bit less exciting, that even then that you're on board with the Torah. This is commitment. Like, so anybody who has commitment issues, so this is your parsha. And the idea of accepting the Torah, of committing to the Torah, is absolutely about this. Is that how to deal with the Torah, how to accept the Torah, how to stay connected with the Torah even when we're not so in the mood. Okay, so this is the what Kabbalah Torah, this is what Naseh v'Nishma is really all about in the eyes of Reb Nachman Shnabel. So he brings a midrash. He starts with a midrash. It says that when we said Naseh v'Nishma, so Hashem, there was this heavenly voice that came out, Mi gila raz zu labanai, that who revealed this secret to my children, that raz shemalacha hashares mishtamshim bay, that this is the secret of the angels, that the angels know the secret of Naseh v'Nishma, and so that it's an amazing thing that we are able to say this magical words of Naseh v'Nishma, that Hashem was so amazed at who told us the secret of Naseh v'Nishma. Okay, so first of all, there's two questions. There's two questions that the first of all that what does it even mean? What does it mean Naseh v'Nishma? That first, like if we don't know what to do, so how can we say we're going to do it? Okay, and second of all, that how is this a secret of the angels? Well, like how could it be? How could it be that this is something special about like the what does it mean that the angels, they know the secret of Naseh v'Nishma, and that we somehow tuned in to this secret of the angels? Okay, so he in order to understand this, and like we said, this is like the lesson that he wants to teach in this week is all about like what to do with when we're having a hard time, okay, with when we don't feel connected. And so first of all, he explains that man was created that it's impossible to constantly be at the same spiritual level. Okay? It's simply an impossibility. And this is based on a pasuk in Yechezkel. It says, "V'hachayos retzav hashav." Achayos retzav hashav. This is a very deep Kabbalistic idea that it's like in its source, it's referring to like the holy angels, that like the chayos, the chayos hakodesh, that they're ratzav hashav. But in Chazal, they understand that the reason why they're called chayot is because it's from the word chiyut, which means that life source. That the life source is Ratzah Vashov, running and coming back. Okay, that life is all about going far and coming back, going far, going back. It's all about ups and downs. Okay, like somebody said that's like you see this very clearly on a AKG, that like on a heart monitor. That when it's going up and down, then you're alive. If it's flat, if it's static, that means you're dead. Okay, so life is by nature about having ups and downs. That's what it means. V'chayis ratzav v'soif. So it's because this is the way life is created. So it's actually impossible for a person to stay at the same spiritual level constantly. Okay, so it's because the like that's the way life is. We have to be ready for it. Okay, so what does it mean? What does it mean about Tzavashav? Like, what does this really mean? That we're coming and going up, going down. So he explains that when it says that there's the highest level of connection to God. So this is called the world of ta'anuk, the world of enjoyment. Okay, and that meaning that the ideal is actually that we're enjoying our connection with God. Okay, that we feel closeness, we feel connection, and there's a midrash that says that the greatest thing in the world is oneg, and the worst thing in the world is nega. Okay, and like the purpose of the Zohar is to say that the word oneg and nega is the exact same letters. Nega means a affliction. Okay, so affliction and pleasure is actually the very same letters. That if you do it the right way, then it's pleasure. If you do it the wrong way, then it's meaning that you could have the very same thing, the very same experience. And if you take it with the right perspective, it's going to be the most amazing pleasure in the world. Take it with the wrong perspective, it's going to be the biggest affliction in the world. Okay, so it's all about if you know what to do with like what the different strokes that life deals you. So. Because the same people, two people that they have the exact same job, the exact same family situation, and the exact same neighbor situation, and one is in paradise and the other one is in hell, and it's all your perspective. Like it's the nega and oneg is the exact same letters, and there's really like the whole difference between them is just what you make of it. Okay, so oneg, the midrash says, is the highest level of existence. So that being said, so it's a good thing when we feel connection. It's a good thing we feel connection. Okay? This is a very basic idea. I'm only saying this. It should be obvious that it's a high level to be able to enjoy your relationship with God. I'm only saying this because there was an interesting thinker, and his name was Yeshayahu Leibovich. That he was, you've heard of him from Hebrew? Then, so he was, his sister was more famous. Her name was Nechama Leibowitz. Have you heard of her? Yeah. Never heard of her? Okay, she was a big Yerei Shemayim, a big Talmidei Chachama, and so she would refer to him as my stupid brother. That he was a super genius, but he was so smart. He was like too smart for his own good. So l'chaim. So, anyway, so he his whole approach to Judaism was that if you enjoy it, then you're just selfish, and real service of Hashem requires that you're doing it without enjoying it. You're doing it lishma, doing it just for Hashem's sake. So, there was actually a nice thing that came out of this. That like a boy came to speak to him that he was gay, and like he was like. He didn't know what to do. Like he was struggling with everybody expects me to get married and I'm not interested. And so I always tell him that, what do you mean? But like it's so amazing because everybody else. So when they get married, they have their personal selfishness, but you get to get married lishma. You get to marry just because you love Hashem. It's so amazing. So I don't know if it actually worked or not, but that was actually his take on.
But is that a real thing? It's selfish to enjoy.
No, that's precisely what I'm saying. That according to Chassidus, And what I really think is mainstream, like if you ever learn Mesilat Yesharim, that he's not Hasidish at all. He's like he way precedes Hasidus. So the first line in Mesilat Yesharim is that Yisod Hasidus Yisod Shavod Hatmima he that Sheyedav Yisbar Yitzhak Adam that a person was created Lihitaneg al Hashem, is that to enjoy Hashem, to enjoy Hashem's presence, to enjoy Hashem's closeness. And so it's a very basic premise in just mainstream Judaism, even before Hasidus existed.
There's a school of thought that thinks
that if you enjoy, then it's not good, right?
If you can't enjoy a relationship with Hashem, like what can you enjoy?
You can enjoy the fact that you're torturing yourself. You can enjoy the pain. To some people, unfortunately, it is. I think they should see some kind of psychologist. I think a psychiatrist. Okay, but yeah. So the highest level is oneg. The highest level is when we're feeling close. Okay, so. Sometimes we don't feel. When we're ratzo, when we're feeling, when we're there, then that means that we enjoy it. That means that we're feeling connection. That means that we're just like, how was davening? Oh my gosh, davening was so amazing. I felt like I was in a different world. How was that shir? Oh my gosh, that was the most shir. Oh, I heard that there was also wings, but like, didn't even notice the wings because there's the shir. It was just. So that's when things are good. Okay, but sometimes we're down. Sometimes we're just not in the mood. Okay, and that's called vashov. Okay, what's the word?
Return?
No, the opposite. Return is tshuva. When I'm just going backwards, I'm retrieval. No, retreat. I mean, in this sense, not. In that sense, we mean that we're
meaning like go and come back.
Right, but we're going away from where we want to be. Okay, so this is not good. But this is a show which is feeling disconnect, which is feeling really off. So the question is why do we need these downs? Why do we need these downs? So he says that you know why we need downs? The real reason why we need downs is because sometimes the only way to get to a higher level is to go to a lower level first. Okay, and this is an amazing idea that sometimes like a person will feel like I'm feeling disconnected. That means that I'm going down, and the truth is that it's not that I'm feeling down. Actually, Hashem wants me to go to a higher level. Okay, in other words, this is something that Rabbi Nachman talks about as well. That sometimes there's an expression in English to be a big fish in a little pond. You know what that means? That sometimes you're the big shot in the little league, and then you get promoted to the big leagues, and then you're nobody. Okay, but that just means that you got promoted, right? So that means that now you're the smallest because you're around people who are actually greater than you, and now this is your opportunity to grow and to become something amazing. Okay, and so you feel like a loser because like I used to be the biggest guy around, and now I'm the worst guy around. But the truth is that in terms of objectiveness, like you've gone to a much better place. Now you have the potential to actually be something in the world. So sometimes a person is going to feel like he's actually falling, and the truth is that he's not falling. He's actually he's actually been promoted. He's actually graduated from the little pond, and now he's in the big leagues, and that's why he feels like a nobody. That's why he feels disconnected. Okay, so there's no competition over here, and that I'm in my own world. I'm in my own existence. But in my own existence, so until now, I was in my how can you deal with small serving Hashem? And now Hashem says, okay, I think you're ready for something bigger. Okay, I think you're ready for something greater, and in this greater level of service of Hashem, so now you're going to be a newbie, okay? And now you're going. Oh yeah, it's a new kind of term. You're going to be a rookie. Yeah, you're going to be a freshman. You're going to be a.
Is newbie not a normal word? I've heard it's very commonplace to me.
Yeah. Okay. So I know I learned it from my students, so that's why it wasn't a term 30 years ago. So yeah, so this is so sometimes we feel like we're going down, and the truth is that this is Hashem is trusting us. Hashem is trusting us to go to a higher level. I heard an amazing thing that I was listening to these classes from Moshe Weinberger from Woodmere, and he said this amazing thing that we say in Eishes Chayil every Friday night, that Batach ba lev ba'ala, Batach ba lev ba'ala, that her about the Eishes Chayil, that her husband really, really trusts her. So Rav Weinberger said that when he says this every Friday night, so you know what he thinks? That the Eishes Chayil is really a metaphor for the relationship between the Jewish people and Hashem. That we're the wife. We're supposed to be the Eishes Chayil. And Hashem is the husband. So Batach Ba'alei Vala means that Hashem really, really trusts us. And Hashem, that He entrusts us with different souls. And He entrusts us with all of our inclinations. And he was talking about the fact that a person has all of these desires to do crazy things. And he said the person should look at himself like he is the zookeeper. Hashem is trusting us to be the zookeeper, that we have this zoo inside of us that wants to just roar and just be crazy. And Hashem makes us the zookeeper, and Hashem is trusting us. Certainly, if we're in a situation that we have people that are in our responsibility, if we have children in our responsibility, so that certainly the Batach Ba'alei Vala, that every Friday night we're supposed to connect with the fact that Hashem really, really trusts us with ourselves, with all the people that He gives before us. So Hashem really trusts us, and that's something to really contemplate. That as big as our challenges are, so Hashem trusts us that we can deal with it. Okay, so Hashem is really trusting us with all of this, with all of this, like whatever Yerida we have. So He's allowing us. He thinks that we can do better, and He brings us to this new level. And in this new level, so we have to break through, and it's going to be like we're going to feel like rookies, we're going to feel like freshmen, we're going to feel like everything is a new world. But Hashem trusts that we can do better. Okay, and this is the growth pains of moving on in life, of moving to a higher spiritual level. Okay, so somebody told me that there was two people, that Benjamin Kabach and his son came to Nosson Tzvi Finkel, to the Meor Yeshiva, the Meor Yeshiva, and so Benjamin Finkel came with that he wanted to publish a certain sefer in Limud, and his son was publishing a sefer that he wrote a commentary on the Vilna Gaon's, wrote a geometry book, and he wanted to write a commentary on the Vilna Gaon's geometry book based on modern math and some deeper understanding of that. So I don't know exactly how the conversation went. I think that the father said, I feel embarrassed. I have with me it's just something normal. With him it's just something unique. And Nosson Tzvi said, no, the difference is it's a very big difference. For his sefer, so the Yetzer Hara doesn't bother him. For you, the Yetzer Hara bothers you. For Torah, so the Yetzer Hara is coming is going to give you any excuse not to learn Torah. But if you're working on a geometry book, so then the Yetzer Hara doesn't fight so hard. He's happy. As long as you're to do geometry, yeah, that's great. I'm happy that you're doing geometry. As long as you're not learning Torah, yeah, you'll convince yourself that it's a holy thing because it's a Vilna Gaon's geometry book. But so when a person elevates himself, when a person gets a promotion to get to a higher level of spirituality, so then there's going to be more antagonism. There's going to be more. The Yetzer Hara wants to stop him. Okay, so that's why when we're growing, we're going to feel like we're going backwards, and this is what we need to know. This is the secret that we need to know. That sometimes when we're going forward, we're going to feel like we're going backwards. Okay, so this is the This is what it means that a chayas ratzav hashoiv. Okay, so now, when we say it, the word nishma, the word lishma. Okay, we spoke about this last week. We're talking about vayishma Yisrael, but what's it mean to hear? But we're talking about hearing. So there's something that we need to know. This is true. It's true in the English language. It's certainly true in Yiddish. It's certainly true in Hebrew. I think it's true in English as well. It could be just it's only yeshivish English. That when we say in Hebrew, let's start with Hebrew. Shema Yisrael. Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. Okay. So what does it mean? What does it mean Shema? What does it mean? What does it mean to hear? So it doesn't mean that allow the voice, what is it? Sound waves. Thank you. The sound waves to enter your eardrums. That what does it mean Shema Yisrael? It means to understand. It means to understand. Okay. So in Yiddish, I know that it's true that if a person says acher, that it means that I understand what you're saying. In Yiddish, there's even an interesting thing that the word heren and der heren, literally means to understand. Okay, so I believe in English it's also normal to say like I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, I hear you.
I hear you. It means I understand you. So when we're talking about lishmoa, really what it means lishmoa means to understand something. So when Klal Yisrael said nishma, so what did they really mean? When the accepting of the Torah was nishma, what they were saying was that I accept upon myself to come to this level that I get it, to come to this level that it's so amazing to me that I feel it. I feel that the reason why Hashem wanted me to keep Shabbos is just so obvious to me. The Shabbos is so beautiful. It's so that like every time I see something not kosher, I was just like yucks. I couldn't imagine myself eating that. That everything in Judaism is just very, very clear to me. It's very, very obvious. It's very, very. So it's just very, very clear to me. It's very, very. I get it. I wouldn't want it any other way. Okay, that's nishma. Okay, so what does it mean nasev nishma? What does it mean nasev nishma? That nasev nishma means that with the understanding that life is not like that, with the understanding that it's not always going to be with this high level of understanding, with this high level of connection, with this high level of that's yes, I'm in the mood. There's nothing I would want to do more than come to this year. So that sometimes I'm just not in the mood. I wake up in the morning. I don't want to daven. I don't want to say brachas. I don't want to be Jewish. I don't want to be religious. And so what is nasev nishma? Nasev nishma means that I'm connecting with this place that even though right now I'm not connected, I'm still going to do it. Okay, that I have this commitment. That I'm not just doing it because I'm in the mood. I'm doing it because I know that this is the only way. Okay, this is like there's something that I noted. Like I realized that the truth is it's true on every level. It's even like it's certainly true on a level of a person that's become religious, like becoming to keep Shabbos for the first time. But the truth is this is true on every level of coming close to Hashem. That there's this. It's a process. The coming close to Hashem, like becoming religious, is a process, and it's a very subtle development, a step between the first step and the commitment. I mean, the first step, a person gets excited about Judaism, and they're doing it because it's fun, and they're doing it because it's awesome, and there's hatch wings, and there's cholent, and there's alcohol, and there's a chevra, like everyone. It's the fun thing to do. It's the in thing to do, and like it's just like I wouldn't want it any other way. And they got into that, and they got into this like there's just like it's fun for me to go to Shabbatons. It's fun to me to be around in a place that everybody's doing it, and but sometimes they don't. Sometimes they're home, and there's just sometimes like there isn't a Shabbaton, or just like they have a test the next day, and they don't keep Shabbos, and that's fine. And then they just like enough weeks go by that they keep Shabbos, and then at some point they realize that I think I've reached the point of no return. I think I actually believe in this already. I think I actually can't imagine myself not having Shabbos in my life. Okay, and that is the level of that step. That is commitment. Okay, that is Kabbalah Satara. That is Nasev Nishma. When a person realizes that I'm not just doing this because it's fun. I'm doing this because I actually believe in it. Okay, that is the commitment. Okay, and this is the Kabbalah Satara, and so he writes this is an amazing thing. It says in Chazal that the Torah says that Bayom Hazeh ba'u Midbar Sinai. That the Torah says that they came to Midbar Sinai, the Har Sinai. That Bayom Hazeh. So Chazal says, why is it Bayom Hazeh? That B'chol Yom V'Yom Yeh Benecha Ki Yom Shenitna. That every single day of your life, the Torah should be to you the way it was when you accepted it. Okay, a person should be connected to the Torah the same way as if today he got it. So what does that mean? Like, we didn't get it today. So what's it mean? The person should connect as if he got it today. So the Einayim says, do you know what it means? It means that a person needs to have a Kabbalah Satara every day. That every day, when I wake up in the morning, so a person should say that Hashem, today I'm accepting, I'm being Jewish today. I'm accepting your Torah today. And so this is the way that we become Jewish, the way that we accept the Torah every single day is by connecting to this Nasev Nishma. And what does it mean, Nasev Nishma? It means that we're committed. What's it mean that we're committed? It means that it doesn't really matter if we're in the mood. That Naseh, that first I'm going to commit, and then V'nishma, and then I'm going to come to this higher level of Ta'anuk. Okay? So this is what it means. When it says, like he started with the question, how are you supposed to know what to do if you don't know what it says? So the answer is that's not what it means. That when it says Nishma, it doesn't mean that tell us, I'm going to hear what you want me to do. Nishma means that I'm going to feel this ta'anuk, I'm going to feel this connection, I'm going to feel this enjoyment. I'm going to be at the level that there's nothing, I wouldn't want it any other way. And Nasev Nishma means that I'm willing to commit myself to this even before that. Even when I'm not in the mood, I'm going to realize that I'm going to have downs, I'm going to have these times of disconnect, and that's okay. Okay? So now the question is what do we do? Like it's nice to have a commitment, but like how should we actually inspire ourselves? How should we actually inspire ourselves when we're disconnected, when we're not feeling it? So he has a very interesting idea that like how should a person inspire himself when they're feeling disconnected, and that is that a person should think like this. It says that Malach ha'aretz kavado. Hashem's presence is everywhere. So if Hashem's presence is everywhere, that means that there is nothing. There is no life in the world that doesn't have Hashem's presence. So right now I'm alive. So if I'm alive, so then what's giving me life? Hashem is the source of our life. So if Hashem is the source of our life and I'm alive, so it must be that Hashem is within me, that I have Hashem's presence. Hashem is right here. I don't need to look very far. Hashem is here. If I'm alive, so Hashem is within me. It must be, it's just concealed, but it must be that there is Hashem within me. Okay, so this is a simple meditation that a person can do when you're feeling disconnected. When you're feeling that Hashem is so far, I feel like he's forgotten about me. So a person can simply think that, hey, wait a second, if I'm alive, so that it must be that Hashem is here. Hashem is in my heart. Hashem is in my soul. Okay, so this is how we explain that when it says me gila razu lebanai, that so me means that who is with the thing that revealed the secret to my children, that me means that who is the source of everything, which is
what are you quoting right now?
the Chazal say that when it says that says mi gila razul banai, that who revealed the secret to my children. So when it says me, it's a reference to that who is the source of our life. Yeah, you came for the wings, I know, but the truth is that. So that who is the source of my life? That if I'm alive, there must be that Hashem is really here. I mean, there is no such thing as Hashem being missing, being hiding, being not present. There is no such thing as Hashem not being here. That me, Gila Razul Banai, that who is the source of my life? So that is the secret of Nasa V'Nishma. So he says this is what it means, that the David HaMelech says that Shiviti Hashem l'negdi tamid. Okay, it's a famous passage because it says it in many. Is it here? It's in a lot of shows. It says it on the Parashas. It says it on the before the. I don't see it. I don't see it here. But that Shiviti Hashem l'negdi tamid means that David HaMelech says that I imagine, from the word l'shavot, like to imagine, I imagine Hashem across from me constantly. That means that I constantly contemplate Hashem's presence. Okay, and this is perhaps like the most important thing in Judaism. Like the most important thing to work on is God consciousness, like the being aware of the fact that Hashem is part of my existence, part of my life. Okay, so the Baal Shem Tov says that what does it mean? What does it mean that Shiviti Hashem? So Baal Shem Tov said that Shiviti comes the word that lihishtavat, that from shaveh. Shaveh means everything is equal. What does it mean everything is equal? It means that it doesn't matter what's going on. It doesn't matter if things are good, if things are bad. It doesn't matter if I'm in the mood, if I'm not in the mood. That I act equally, that I am not freaked out. I don't freak out. Shiviti Hashem l'negdi tamid means that I have this peace of mind that I know what I need to do with my life, and nothing's going to freak me out. Okay, could be I told you this once, that there was an amazing Talmid Chacham, amazing tzaddik that lived here in Rechavia. His name was Rabbi Yisrael Zev Gustman. And he was the Shon Netzach Yisrael, so he was the Rosh Hashiva there. So one of my rebbeim was a student of his. So he told me that. So the story of Grossman was that he was a super genius, and he was on the Beit Din of Chaim Ezer Grzinski when he was 18 years old. Chaim Ezer Grzinski was, just FYI, he was considered the Gadol Hador. He was considered like the greatest halachic authority, the greatest rabbinic authority in the world at the time. So to be on his Beis Din was quite an accomplishment. Okay, and he did this, and he accomplished this when he was only 18 years old. Okay, so he even said once that when he would walk into the room, that Reb Chaim Ezer would stand up to give him honor. Okay, that the Gadol Hador would stand up for him. Okay, so a couple of years later, so he was married and he had a family, and then the Holocaust came, and the Nazis invaded, and they entered his house, and they murdered his baby in his arms. Like his wife was killed, most of his kids were killed. He had one daughter that survived, and he survived, and it's crazy how he and his daughter survived, but the rest of his family was murdered. And so he would say later in life that he's seen it all. He's seen it all. He's been at the top of the top. It's been the bottom of the bottom. There's no greater accomplishment than that the Gadol Hador gives you respect, and then he was there. And then there's no greater the humiliation. There's no greater degradation that the Nazis are killing your daughter in your arms. And so he's been to the top of the top. He's been to the bottom of the bottom. So between that, so nothing can faze him. He's invincible. Like, and this is Shiviti Hashem l'negdi tamid. For a person to reach this peace of mind that, like, yeah, okay, whatever, whatever. Somebody tells you amazing news. That's okay, nice. Somebody tells you horrible news. That's okay, that's sad. But like, you never lose it. You never lose it. Shavis Hashem means that it's a very high level. It's a very high level of peace of mind. Okay, so the Chernobyl says, what does it mean? Shavis lenegdi summit. When lenegdi, what does it mean lenegdi? Neged in Hebrew means opposite. Okay, so Shaviti Hashem lenegdi tamid means that even when Hashem is opposite me, what does it mean? Opposite means it means like Hashem. I feel like Hashem is coming against me. I feel like Hashem is my enemy. I feel like Hashem is out to get me. So I'm Shivisi Hashem. I treat Hashem. I treat my Judaism the same way, even when I feel like Hashem is not on my side. Even when it's like I feel like Hashem, like I'm trying. Why are you making it so hard? And so Shivisi Hashem in that something means that I am able to serve Hashem with the same excitement, with the same devotion, even though I'm not feeling it. Not only do I not feel it, I feel like it's the opposite. I feel like He's out to get me. Okay, so what does it mean? Shivisi Hashem lenagdi summit. It means that means not Savinishim. It means that I realize that it's right now I don't feel it. Right now I'm not connected to it, but that's okay. That I have these recollections from when I felt it. I have these recollections from when it was strong, and I trust that just like I was in the mood then, I trust that right now I'm just having it down. Or like he says that perhaps right now I graduated. And perhaps right now I'm ready for something even greater. So I'm not going to give up because I'm not in the mood. That I'm going to be firm in my convictions. I'm going to be firm in my devotion, and I'm going to be able to come to even a higher level. Okay, so this is what it means. This is what it means that the Shivisi Hashem lenagdi summit. He says that this is one last thing that he says that this is also what it means. This is the interpretation of the pasuk in Kohelet, that it says Al Tomar ki hayamim yishenim hayu tovim me'ela. Don't say oh, the good old days, that things used to be better. It used to be better. Things used to be like life used to be nice. Like, I remember when you used to be able to just go we'd have 5 shekel, and you'll be able to get a whole meal, 5 shekel, the good old days. And now everything is so. So Al Taimar Shayam Yishayim Hayu Tovim Me'ela. Don't say that the good old days were the good old days. Don't think that it used to be better. That used to be better. Ki lo michachma sha'alta al zot. It's not a wise thing to say. It's not a wise thing to say. So the Chernobyl says, what does it mean? That it means that what's it referring to? It's really referring to this person that he used to be very connected. He used to be very, 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 very feel connection. He used to feel that Judaism is awesome. I'm in the mood, and now he's not in the mood. And so the Torah is saying, Shlomo Melech is saying, Al toimash yem Yishem ha'yotavim me'ela. Don't think that those times that when you're feeling connected, that was actually better. Ki lo mechachma sha'alta al zes. What do you mean lo mechachma? That it's not that question means that you're not connected to chachma. What does it mean? Chachma. So from wisdom. So he says that chachma. It says chachma techayeh et ba'ala. That the chachma is a reference to a person's life source. V'hachayot ratzav Hashem. So hachachma techayeh et ba'ala. The person's life is from his wisdom, and chiyus is ratzav Hashem. That you don't understand that life is all about ups and downs. Okay, that you don't understand the very basic, fundamental thing about life. That life is all about ups and downs. Or in other words, that you think you're going down, and you think, oh, I wish I was back in the little leagues. The truth is that Hashem wants you to graduate. Really, the truth is that you're going up a level, and so it's going to be hard. You're not going to feel connected now. But the truth is that when you overcome this, you're going to be in a much better place than you were before. Okay, that's what it means. Lo mechachma sha'alta al zes. So this is the this is what it means. This is what it means. Nasa v'nishma. That nasa v'nishma is that we're going to do, and then we're going to hear. We're going to hear means we're going to understand. We're going to feel connected. We're going to be in the mood, but we're making this commitment even when we're not in the mood. And this is what it means, Nasa v'nishma. And then he ends this piece with a very interesting idea, that he says that, the truth is there's another reason. There's another reason why people have to have downs. There's another reason why people have to have yiridot. I find this very, very interesting that he ends with this, because they actually, very recently I was speaking to a student that she was very frustrated with this whole idea of suffering in the world, and the idea that I heard the idea that first you have to that goodness we wouldn't appreciate the goodness if it wouldn't be for the evil in the world, and that you can't understand light if there wouldn't be darkness. But why does Hashem have to do it like that? Why can't He just have that you can just appreciate light without darkness? What is that? That doesn't really answer the question. Hashem could do anything. So why does Hashem have to make it that there needs to be evil in the world in order that we should appreciate goodness in the world? Why can't He make it that we can have just enjoy goodness without the suffering? Okay, that's it's a question. It's a question. So meaning that the first approach of Rav Nachman Shamba was that there needed to be this naseh, that there needed to be this lack of inspiration, because that's just the way of the world. Because every time they were going to a higher level, so it needs to be the only way to grow is to have this hardships before. But the question is, but why does Hashem have to make it like that? So he says the truth is that there's another reason as well, and that is that every time that we fall, so we have an amazing opportunity. And that is that there's people in the world that they're on a low level, and there's nothing that can really bring them up. So sometimes what Hashem does is that He takes the tzaddik and He brings the tzaddik down, and this is incredible, that the tzaddik will come down, not even because he needs to come to a higher level, just because there's other people in the world that need to be inspired. So Hashem is going to take the tzaddik and take away his understanding, take away his oneg, take away his connection, take away his appreciation of Judaism, and he's going to just wake up in the morning and just be not in the mood. Sometimes Rabbi Nachman would say that sometimes they would knock on his door, and they would say, Rebbe, teach me something. And they said, sorry guys, I'm just not feeling it today. I'm a regular guy today. I apologize. And don't think that don't think I'm just being humble. Like mamish. I don't know anything. It's just like you don't know anything. I don't know anything. We're in the same boat here. And he would really feel like he's just a regular guy. So why does Hashem do this? That Hashem makes the tzaddikim, sometimes they feel these yuridas, they feel like they're disconnected. So he says that because a tzaddik, and this is, he writes elsewhere that really everybody is a tzaddik, and really everybody has other people that are dependent on them, and we have an amazing responsibility to fix the world. And there's people that whether it's our family, whether it's our roommates, whether it's our neighbors, whatever it is. Everyone has people that are somehow supposed to be inspired by us, and so sometimes we have a person that's around us that somehow in our orbit, and that this person needed to be somehow inspired by us, and he needed to be picked up, and the only way that he could be picked up is that by us falling down and not feeling it. And now that we're not feeling it, now we're in the same place as him. And by us being in the same place as him, that's how we're able to help them. Okay? So
help
this...
them in spiritual sense?
Help them, yes.
On the soul level. If one soul will go up, then another soul will also go up? Or what?
Help them. To help them.
Wow.
Because we're in the same boat, so we're in this together. So then we can help each other because now we're on the same level. So the reason for this person that didn't accept the first reason, okay, I get it, that's what it says, Vayiher Vayivoker, the darkness and then the light, but why does Hashem have to do it like that? You know why Hashem has to do it like that? Hashem has to do it like that because there's other people that are actually dependent on us. Okay, so the only way for those people that makes sense. That makes sense because as long as we're on a higher level than somebody else, so then they won't really feel like we get them. They won't really feel like they're just like, okay, nice for you, Rabbi, that you're close to Hashem, you're like this, and like, so for you it's nice, but like, what a guy like me that I just like hanging out in Ben Yehuda all day, so like, what's gonna be with me? So that's why you have that the rabbi has to also sometimes he's just in the mood to go to Ben Yehuda all day, and then when the tzaddik falls, when the tzaddik feels like, yeah, you guys, like I'm almost like I feel you, I'm in the same place as you, and like, but Rabbi Nachman said once that this is what I think one of the things that's so remarkable about Rabbi Nachman is that most tzaddikim, so they present themselves as like that they're so like untouchable, they're so like they could never sin, and Rabbi Nachman said, he told the students once, if you would ever see me doing the worst sin in the world that you could possibly imagine, so like he didn't say assume that it was that you're just mistaking me for somebody else. Like he said, like it's possible, I'm human. Everybody has everybody's faults. It's possible for people to sin. So if you would ever see me doing the worst amazing sin that you could possibly imagine, I promise you that the next day I'm back to my old self. That this I know that it's not that I can't sin. It's not that I know that I could sin. I know that I'm human, but this I know that, and this is what makes me better than you, is that I know about myself that how as far down as I fall, I'm going to jump back. Okay, and that's what he knew about himself, and that's why Rav Nachman Shnabel says that's why tzaddikim have to fall, because when the tzaddik falls and he jumps back, so that's how he helps the people. That's why like when a tzaddik says that like, you guys, like I think that you're so crazy. I think you like anybody that likes hatch wings, that like you have to like you need to see a psychiatrist. So then like you don't feel like okay, like he doesn't really get it, And but when the tzaddik talks about things that you feel like he gets you, so then he's able to inspire you. Okay, so this is a deeper level of why it needs to be. It's ingrained into the creation that life is all about ups and downs. And sometimes there's going to need to be Yeridas, it's going to be something that needs to be falling. Why? Because that's the only way that everyone is going to be inspired. Okay, so this is the secret of why sometimes we're not going to be inspired. Okay, and this is the secret of commitment. This is the Nasa v'Nishma. Means that if you want to be a Jew, being a Jew means that I'm accepting behind myself, that even when I'm not in the mood, I'm still doing this. Okay? And I'm recognizing the fact that I don't just do this out of the selfish place that I'm doing it because it does it for me, because I'm enjoying it. I'm doing this because I actually commit to Hashem. And this is true in any relationship. This is the difference between being a boyfriend, girlfriend, and being engaged or being married. Like who needs it? Why do you need to get married? Why can't you just be boyfriend, girlfriend forever? It's much cheaper. You don't have to. You don't have to rent a gown. You don't have to. You don't have to buy. You have to buy a diamond ring. You don't have to pay for a whole party.
But then you cannot have a new girlfriend.
What's the difference between boyfriend, girlfriend, and married? Because when you have a fight with your boyfriend or girlfriend, then you break up. And when you get married, that's commitment. That means that even that what?
And you're fighting every night.
then you commit that you're going to deal with it to stop your fighting. Okay, to deal with the fact that even if I'm not in the mood right now, that I committed to this. I'm gonna make this work. Okay, and that's a real relationship requires commitment. And the definition of commitment is that it's not just because I'm in the mood. Okay, so this is what it means to be a Jew. This is what it means Kabbalah Torah. This is what it means Nasa v'Nishma. So I bless us all that we should really be able to connect with our commitment, connect with it, where our relationship with Hashem is so deep that it's beyond if we're feeling it, if we're not feeling it. That's like, it's cute, it's sweet. It's beautiful. It's beautiful to have the nishma, to have the connection. It's a wonderful thing, and we aspire to it. But But we realize that our connection to Hashem is so much greater than if we're feeling it, if we're not feeling it. Our commitment is essential. Our commitment is in our souls that we are married, that this is what we are. And if we're not in the mood today, so it doesn't change what we are. So, l'chaim, l'chaim.